our house came out wonderful. It's absolutely gorgeous. My name is Tara Sampson.
I'm Keith, her husband. And we just had our roof done and siding and a couple of extra other odds and ends at the house. And we heard about Alure, obviously through Home Makeover, the Home Makeover show. We saw 2 of the 3 that Alure did, and decided to have them come and do an estimate. We were very, very happy with their numbers, and then once, of course, we started meeting the Alure employees. Mike Venora was our designer, and he was great. You know, had a very great personality.
He answered every question, and we had a lot of them.
Oh,
Being first home buyers, we had every question under the sun for this poor man, and he was patient, and he walked us through every step of the way, and it was so
Treated
nice.
Us with
because,
kid gloves.
yeah.
You know, like, you know, we said to him, "This is our first house. This is our baby. So kind of treat us like." And he said, you know, no problem. And, you know, like we were family members, almost like he was our family friend that we called him up and said, "Hey, Mike, you know, come and do this for us." And then, you know, we were very happy with him. And then Mahadia Singh is our project manager, and they were supposed to start our job. And we were, again, first house, we were a little nervous about, you know, meeting the people that were going to be at our house, doing work at our house, especially while we weren't even home.
We were going to be, you know, giving our house to somebody and not being home. So, you know, we really wanted to meet Mahadio. He came after work. He came out
at his own time, and at night came
on a
to
Friday
our house. He was
sat, ate dinner with us.
Yeah, he did. Really, he ate dinner with us. And, you know, as we even had to run errands in and out. So sometimes he had both of us. Sometimes he only had one of us. Very patient. I mean, we ended up talking more about just life than the project.
And we're so comfortable. By the time he left, we knew that.
It was like we knew him for years.
Yeah.
We knew we could have just given him our keys and said, you know, go do it. And he's fantastic. I mean, he gave us ways to reach him, which was one of our concerns also, is, you know, God forbid, you know, we have a problem with something was going on. Can we reach you, or are we going to get an answer machine all the time, or not a human being? And cell phone, you know, I mean, we've never had a problem reaching him at all. Always returns, very prompt returning our phone calls, and very responsive to our questions, our concerns, our needs.
And even just the people that came to the house on a daily basis. The mechanics were just wonderful. They were so polite, very professional and kind to our child. They were considerate of, you know, it was the first day that they came was Halloween, and they said, you know, just be careful when you're coming in and out, that, you know, that you watch and you let us know that you're coming, and you know, things that I wasn't even thinking of, to the point where, you know, did you take down things off of your walls? I would never have thought about that. And
it's going to be a lot of banging and letting us know each step of the way, you know, constantly during the day, do you have any questions, you know? And then when they would finish at the end of the day, walk us around the project and show us, this is what we've done so far. Any questions now? Are you happy? Can we change anything? I mean, we were just blown away with how much they stayed in touch with, in tune with us, and even anticipated some things, like, you know, like Tara said, ahead of time, saying, you know, this is what's going to happen, and you're going to, you know, the ugly stages, they always called it, you know, when they ripped the old siding off, and, you know, just get past the ugly stage, because you know the beautiful stage is coming, you'll be happy. And so by the time the ugly stage came, it wasn't, you know, as traumatic. It wasn't like, oh my God, look at our house, it's like, you know, no siding, no nothing.
And just, you know, people coming up to us, neighbors that we don't talk to, coming and saying, wow, they did such a beautiful job, the color, everything. It's amazing how quickly and how nice they cleaned up. I mean, they just, from top to bottom.
People couldn't believe the number of guys that would come to the house to do the work, the fact that, and even, you know, Mike had told us in advance, we get the roof done in a day, because we're not one of those leave your house with a tarp exposed to the elements company. And literally, that's exactly what they did. You know, I mean, obviously nature sometimes whatever, but luckily for us, it wasn't a factor, and they did it in one day, and our neighbors couldn't believe it, that they banged out the roof in a day. Just they couldn't believe the number of people that were sent to the house, our little house, to get the job done. And
I felt during this whole process that we don't have a mansion. We don't live in a gigantic house, but I felt that I was being treated with the utmost
like
respect. We were the Trumps.
You know?
Really, like we were so wealthy that, you know, we were going to give you millions of dollars in business, and you know, we did spend, you know, a bit of money, but it wasn't your most expensive job, but we were treated like it was, and that was nice.
Even, and you know, the imaging was amazing. No other company that we know of does that. And coming in here and sitting in front of the computer, and actually, because we're very visual, and it's a hard time for us to picture things, you know, in advance. So actually getting to see it, and it was amazing. It came out exactly the way the picture looked. I mean, amazing how much it was. When our house was done, I was like, oh my God, it's the picture.
And we can't make decisions, so that was nice that we could.
It was nice having that as an option to be able to, you know, see what it was like and see the different changes and say, you know, shutters or no shutters. Yeah. You know, I mean, it was.
And we can't wait to do more projects. You know, just to be able to work with.
We're Allure customers for life. I mean, everything that we can think of that we're going to need. We've already recommended Allure to several of our friends. You know, we're fairly young, and a lot of our friends are young, first-time homeowners, and we've
they need to do signing and do this, and you know.
And we want that trip too. So,
so it's been a pleasure working with everybody, and any contacts, even to the people that have picked up the phones, have just been more than pleasant and professional. And we couldn't be happier.
Thank you. That was great.
You ran out of tape like 10 minutes ago.
It's still going. It's still going. Thank you. That was great.
We could talk.